while since I personally posted a video. I've been dealing with life stuff, and there wasn't anything exciting about Foundation that I wanted to make. Neither at Barry. But I am back. Need a little break from making videos since I was non-stop making videos for about a year every week, but we're back with the new set with Aether Drift, and a lot of spicy commanders has come out recently, and one of them is Hashaton Scarab's Fist, which is a very powerful commander, let me tell you, and it's from a precon, right? And I made this $200 deck tech for you guys today, and let's just get right into it. So, let me go here. All right, the commander, which is Hashaton Scarab's Fist. I feel like I'm pronouncing it right. Hashaton, yeah, Hashaton. Legendary creature, zombie wizard. Whenever you discard a creature card, you may pay 2 colorless and a blue. If you do, create a tapped token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 4/4 black zombie token creature, which is really good. And it's a 1/3. So for 2 mana, right? For black and a white, you get that busted ability, so it makes it Esper. But you get to dump out some insane cards very early, like some big fatties. This is a budget deck. Probably gonna make this in CDH. Gonna see how that works. Because in CDH you could do stuff on turn 1, which is absolutely insane to do, But yeah, let's just get right into it today. So we got 26 creatures. The 26 creatures help the commander fuel what it's trying to do, and the other half is just bombs. So let's get right into it. So we are playing Crypt Breaker, Putrid Imp, Diamond Lion, Ghost Pilfer, Jason Prodigy, Kitsa, Otterball Elite, Lotho, Corrupt Seraph, Malcolm, and Priest of the Fell Rites. So we got a lot of cards here, a lot of discard here. Let's just get right into discard creatures that help us out, which is Crypt Breaker, Putrid Imp. Crypt Breaker, you got pay mana, discard a card, make a zombie, but your commander is also a zombie, and you get a tapped 0/3 zombie to draw a card to lose 1 life, which is pretty good there. Putrid Imp, you don't need cost, you get to discard it, and then gain flying, but we only care about the discard, so that's the only thing that we care about there. Then we got Diamond Lion, which is our base, our LED. Discard your hand, sacrifice Diamond Lion, and add 3 mana of any color. Activate only as an instant, so you do on the stack of something that you're doing. You just play something, then crack Lion, then add 3 mana, and then whatever you discard there, you get a trigger off of Hashaton and make a zombie. And then we got Ghostly Pilfer, which the other ability we do and don't care about. We don't really care about the whenever it become untapped, you may pay 2 if you do draw a card, but whenever an opponent casts a spell from anywhere other than their hand, you draw a card, which is pretty relevant in some games. Then we also have discard a card, can't be blocked, which is really good for this deck. And then we got Jason Prodigy, which is draw a card, then discard a card, and then if there are 5 more cards, you flip from Prodigy into the Planeswalker, which it does some cool stuff, but we only care about the looting effect there. We got Kit's Vigilance Prowess, and then draw a card, and then discard a card. Then we can copy instant sorceries equal to activate if Kit's power 3 or greater. So we can copy anything that we control. But we only care about the looting part still. And then we got Malcolm, which whenever deal combat damage to a player, put a course counter on it, draw a card, and then discard a card, which is pretty good. And then if there are 4 more course counters on Malcolm, you may cast a discarded card without paying permanent cost, which is kind of relevant in some board states, but I think we just only care about the looting. But then we talk about the other 2 creatures here with the Priest of Fell Rites and Lotho. Lotho just gets us more treasures because everyone's going to be casting 2 or more spells, including us. And we got Priest, which reanimates one of our big bombs in our graveyard. So let's move on to the next slide here. We're also playing Psychic Frog, Rona Herald of Evasion, Glimming Overseer, Rafine, Clever Impostonator, which Enchanter, Dream Trawler, Tivit, and Agent of Treasure. So we got some bombs here. Let's talk about more of the support, which is Psychic Frog. Psychic Frog is a really good card with deal combat damage, draw a card, discard a card, put 1 counter on Psychic Frog, and then exile 3 cards from your graveyard. Psychic Frog gain flying till the end turn, which is okay. We only care about the discard ability, which is really good. And then we got Rona, which is whenever you cast a legendary spell, untap Rona, Herald of Evasion. So we can do some cool stuff there when we're casting legendary permanent legendary spells. And then we get to loot, and then the transform, which we'll never get to, but it's alright. The other side is. And then we got Gleaming Overseer, which a mess one when entered battlefield on a zombie army, and then zombie tokens you control have hexproof and menace, which is something we do care about when we get these bombs zombified. And then we got Rafine pretty good. Flying Ward 1. Whenever you attack target attacking creature connives X, where X is number of attacking creatures, you draw and then you discard that many, so it's pretty good. Then we got Clever Impersonator, which it comes to a copy of anything on the battlefield, and it's a 4/4 zombie, so it's pretty good, but it will be turned into something else when it enters. And then we got Witch Enchanter, which destroys artifact or enchantment and opponent controls, which is kind of really relevant. And then let's talk about our bombs. We got Dream Trawler, Tivit, and Agent Treasury. Dream Trawler draws us cards. We could discard cards to Dream Trawler, and it's just a big flying lifelinker at the end of the day. And then whenever you draw a card, Dream Trawler gets +1/+0 till the end turn, so it'll be a 5/4 on our turn. And then we got Tivit. Tivit is a very mess up card, especially in CDH. I have played against it, I have lost against it, I have won against it. It's a mess up card. When entered the battlefield or deal common damage to a player starting with you, each player votes for evidence of bribery. For each evidence vote, investigate for each bribery vote, create a treasure token. So, seems pretty good, right? And then while voting, you may vote an additional time. So, you get 2 treasures, 2 clues for you. And then we got Agent Treachery, which when Agent Treachery enters the battlefield, gain control of target permanent, and then at the beginning of your end step, if you control 3 or more permanents you don't own, draw 3 cards. So all pretty good abilities there. Let's move on to the last bit of our big bombs here, which is Angel Ruin, Hullbreaker Horde, Jin Cataxis. I forgot to put the English one in here, but I could definitely look that up here in a minute. That one, I believe this one is counter the first of instant artifact. I don't believe sorcery, but it just counters instant sorcery and sorceries. Yeah, it does counter sorcery. The first one that your opponent casts, and then you may copy it as well. I just had to look that one up, but it's a big boy that does stuff on early turns. And then we got Nezahal, Ruin-Scarred Demon, Arcana Cruelty, Phyllis, Broker Blood, and Jigatax's Core Augur. So we got a couple relevant ones. I mean, I put Hullbreaker in there because it's cheap. Literally is. It's cheap. It's like $3. Don't know why it's $3, but it is just $3. It's really good in CDH, but it is just a $3 card. And then we got Nezahal. Getting that guy out, just drawing a lot of cards is really good, and we get to discard 3 cards to even flicker it or get more stuff out. But the token does go away if we do that. Ruin-Scarred Demon just tutors for a card that we need. Arcana Cruelty, really mess up card. When it enters battlefield or attacks target opponent, sacrifice a creature, or planeswalker, discard a card and lose 3 life, and you draw a card and gain 3 life. Pretty good, right? And then we got Village Broker Blood, which is a really big boy. Pay 2 life, target creature gets a -1/- until the end of turn. And then whenever you lose life, you draw that many. So we're filling our hand with Villas. And then we got Jin Cataxis, Core Augur, Flash at the beginning of your end step, draw 7 cards, and each opponent maximum hand size is reduced by 7, so their hand size is 0. And then we're also playing Angel of Ruins, which is enter battlefield, exile to 2 artifacts or enchantments, and have Planeswalker as once, which we can make a 4/4 out of when we do the play cycling, grab land, and we get to activate Hashaton's ability and make a 4/4 out of it. And we get to take out some cards on battlefield, artifacts and enchantments. So I think that's really good. Let's get right into the 10 sorceries here. The 10 sorceries are Careful Study, Reanimate, Unearth, Charter Course, Fetus Swarm, Persist, Toxic Deluge, Victimize, Supreme Verdict. So we do have some reanimation here with Unearth and Reanimate. They're all pretty cheap cards, and I think they seem good in a $200 budget deck. That's pretty powerful. I would say this is a 6 out of 10 in casual, or even 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 in a EDH spectrum for casual. Then we also got some looting effects, which is Careful Study and Charter Course, which draws 2 cards. They both draw 2 cards, but one discards a card, while the other one discards 2 cards for 1 mana. So there you go. And then we got some removal here, as well with Fetus Swarm, Toxic Deluge, Supreme Verdict, 2 board wipes, and then Fetus Swarm gets rid of enchantments and creatures also. Then we're also playing Victimize, which same thing. We got choose 2 target creatures in your graveyard, sacrifice a creature. If you do, return the chosen cards to the battlefield tapped. All seem pretty good. Let's look at the last one, which is Rise of Dark Realms, which is now only $30 because of the reprint. And it seemed pretty good. You just win the game when you cast this card because you get everything from your graveyard. Because Hashaton doesn't exile the card; they just go to graveyard, and you get to reanimate everything, which I do love. So let's move on to the next one here, which are 16 source instants. We got an offer you can't refuse: Dark Ritual, Path to Exile, Sword to Plowshare, Arcane Denial, Bitter Triumph, Counterspell, Despark, and Double Veto. So we do have some interaction here. Let's talk about the counters here. I believe we are playing 4 or 5. Offer we can't refuse, counter non-creatures, counterspell, counter anything, don't veto, can't be countered, and counter only non-creatures. And then we've got Arcane Dial with counter anything. All seem pretty good. And we're also playing a lot of removal here, which is Bitter Triumph, Despark, Path to Exile, and Sword Plashers, both Path to Exile and Swords, exile creature, and then either gain life or grab a basic land. And then we're also playing Bitter Triumph, which we could discard we could discard a card to Bitter Triumph, which is pretty good. When we have the 3 mana available, we could pitch a creature and get a 4/4 of it, and it was pretty nice. And we get to destroy a creature or planeswalker there. And we got Despark, which exile target permanent, no value for or greater. So pretty good there. And then we're also playing here Faithful Mending, Infernal Grasp, Reality Shift, Tainted Indulgence, Frantic Search, Generous Gift, and Fell the Profane. So we are playing 4 counterspells, but we are playing a lot of removal, a lot of synergistic cards that work with our commander. Just add the looting effects. We definitely want to get through our deck, try to find some bombs. That impact the board. Faithful Mending, Tainted Indulgence, which draws 2, and then discards cards there. And then we're playing Infernal Grasp, which you lose 2, more removal there. So now Reality Shift and Fell the Profane, which destroys an exile, and then Generous Gift, which destroys any permanent. And then we're also playing Frantic Search. Just draw 2 and discard 2, untap 3 lands, which are very powerful for a deck like this. So, with Frantic Search, you resolve the spell and you discard a creature card. You pay 3 because it's you gotta resolve the spell first. You draw, you discard, trigger on Hashaton. You pay 3, and then you get a creature. Pretty good, right? Let's move on to the 6 artifacts here. We are playing Soul Ring, Springleaf Drum, Arcane Signet, Talisman Dominant, and Talisman of Progress, and then Suryakai, Genesis Engine. So let's just get through the mana. Soul Ring's pretty good in any deck, right? And then Springleaf Drum pretty good in specific decks like this one because your commander only costs 2. And when you have this card out, your commander basically just a mana dork, which I really love. We are playing Arcane Signet. Every deck's a run 1, right? And then we're playing Talisman Dominance and Talisman of Progress. All pretty good for mana fixing. And then Sharky, which is here for the looting effect, which is draw 2, then discard a card, and then create a 1/1 pilot creature token. This creature accrues for 2, and then crew 8, and then can be your commander. But we only care about the looting effect, and it's an artifact as well, so it's really nice in the deck. I think it fits perfectly. Alright, let's move on to the 6 enchantments, which is Mystic Remora, Phyrexian Reclamation, Torture Existence, Animate Dead, Intangible Virtue, and Zombie Infestation. So, Mystic Remora, pretty good. It's cheap. I think it seems fun and casual, just drawing cards. And it's only on just non-creature spells, so I think it's perfectly fine. Phyrexian Reclamation, which is pay 2 life, and then return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, so you can make multiple copies of a creature that's not legendary, which I do love about this deck. Just like Ancient Treachery, you could keep discarding it, keep on getting Recursion with them. And then we're also playing Torture Resistant, which is choose and discard a creature card, return target creature card from graveyard to your hand, which is really good for a deck like this. And we're also playing Animate Dead, just to return one of our creatures if it's still in the graveyard. And we're all playing Intangible Virtue because our zombie tokens will need to get over some stuff, so they'll get +1/+1 and Vigilance, which I think is really nice. And then Zombie Infestation would discard 2 cards and create 2/2 zombies. Well, we'll keep on theme, we're zombies, we're doing some stuff, so I think it seems good. And we get to discard cards to it, which works well, Hashaton. But yeah, I think I really like the enchantment for this budget build that I have here. Let's move on to 35 land. The 35 land are Adhikar Waste, Bajuka Bog, Cave of Kalos, Celphid Colosseum, Command Tower, Drowned Catacombs, Exotic Orchard, Gaia Reese Sanctum, Graceful Fortress, all pretty good mana fiction, and land that have ability just at the Bug, exiles somebody's graveyard, and then Gaia Reach, which gives us a draw and a discard effect, so looting effect there, so that's why it's in there. And then Coliseum, which sacrifice target player, draw 3 cards, then discard 3 cards, so that's pretty good there too. But that's toward the late game because I need Threshold. So let's move on to the last bit here, which is Godless Shrine, Hollow Fountain, Isolated Chapel, Raphin's Tower, Spymaster Vault, Underground River, Watergrave, and then we are playing 7 islands, 5 plains, and 7 swamps. Seem pretty high on basics, but I want to keep a budget under 200. I don't want to add anything too crazy. I somehow fit the shock land in here, which is pretty good. You definitely want to make sure that your mana's good for a deck like this. And then we're also playing Spymaster, which enters tap unless you control a swamp. And then for a black target creature, you control connives X, where X and number creature cards that died this turn. So pretty relevant text there, but we get to loot off of those connive triggers. But yeah, I think that is it for today. Thank you guys for watching. I know I haven't been posting in a while, but I'll be posting weekly. I'll be coming out with the other Esper zombie guy that's in the pre-con this week as well, probably Friday. Definitely stay tuned for that video. I am doing a zombie tribal video with him because he seemed pretty cool, and I'll be adding more of the pre-con cards in there because I looked at the pre-con card for Hashaton. He doesn't look great with some of the cards, but yeah, I want to do something really cool, really busted in casual. I know CDH, everyone's talking about it. I am even talking about it. I have lists and stuff like that. But yeah, if you guys like today's video, definitely like, comment, and subscribe on today's video. Or I said that wrong. Like today's video. You guys know what to do. But yeah, I am gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Scarab, guys. See you.